Non-Sovereign Countries of the Caribbean, Part 1. Do you know that there are a number of islands in the Caribbean that don't possess full political independence or sovereignty? They are referred to as dependent territories, unincorporated territories, or special municipalities depending on the relationship in place with the European sovereign state. These territories, in most cases, do not have the same status as the sovereign state to which they are aligned, and thus have limited self-governance. Like the sovereign Caribbean countries, several cultures passed through and settled in these dependent and unincorporated territories, creating an eclectic mix of food, festivals, and ethnicities. First on our list is Anguilla. This tranquil island with pristine white sandy beaches is the most northerly island in the Eastern Caribbean, located approximately 93.94 miles southeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico. It is a British overseas territory, famous with honeymooners and those seeking a more relaxed Caribbean vacation. The island has an estimated population of 15,300 and consists of a number of smaller islands and cays which are mostly uninhabited. If you're planning to visit Anguilla, you should know that there are no direct flights from Europe. The easiest way to get there is flying to either Miami or Puerto Rico, where you can take a flight directly to the island, or flying into St. Martin, where you can take either a ferry or a 10-minute flight to the island. While the island's dazzling beaches are a major attraction, Anguilla also has a large variety of coral reefs, incredible shipwrecks, and stunning marine parks. The island's major revenue earners are luxury tourism, offshore financial services, fishing, and remittances. Fun fact, Anguilla was once part of the associated state of St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla. However, displeasure over this arrangement with the general population in Anguilla eventually led to the island seceding from the Union in 1980. Next up are ABCs. Now I hope you have not started singing out the rest of the English alphabet. We are referring here to the Dutch overseas territories of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao, which are collectively known as the ABC Islands. These islands are located a short distance north of the Falcon State, Venezuela. While Aruba and Curaçao are autonomous, self-governing constituent countries of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Bonaire is a special municipality of the Netherlands. As a special municipality, Bonaire does not form part of one of the 12 provinces of the Netherlands. Thus, powers normally exercised by provincial councils within municipalities are divided between the island government in Bonaire and the central government by means of the National Office for the Caribbean Netherlands. The arrangement for Aruba and Curaçao is a bit different. While both islands have autonomy and control over their internal affairs, areas such as foreign relations, defense, and extradition are managed by the Kingdom of Netherlands. Did you know that Curaçao is the largest of the 6 islands in the Caribbean that make up the Dutch-speaking Caribbean? Unlike much of the other Caribbean islands, the ABC Islands have a dry, tropical, semi-arid climate, with most of the terrain sparsely vegetated with cactus scrub. While these islands have a similar climate and geography, they are very much different from each other. Aruba is known for its spectacular casinos and exciting nightlife. Bonaire for its amazing diving sites, making it one of the Caribbean's premier locations for diving. And Curaçao for its rich colonial history. In fact, Curaçao's capital, Willemstad, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, characterized by its vibrant and colonial architecture with Instagrammable pictures. From the Southern Caribbean, we head up north. Up next on our list, Bermuda. Okay, so this British overseas territory is located in the North Atlantic Ocean and geographically is not part of the Caribbean. In fact, it is located a lot closer to mainland USA than the Caribbean. However, due to similarities in culture and history with other Caribbean islands, we thought the island deserved an honorary mention. It is also an associate member of the Caribbean community, commonly known as CARICOM. A major draw for visitors to Bermuda are its gorgeous pink sand beaches and extensive coastal reefs. Because of its location, Bermuda is prone to severe storms, which also makes it a prime area for shipwrecks. Over 300 wrecks have been discovered thus far. According to Smithsonian Magazine, this North Atlantic island boasts more shipwrecks per square mile than anywhere else on the planet. If you are a snorkeling enthusiast and into shipwrecks, this island is definitely where you want to be. Now let's turn our attention to another British overseas territory, the British Virgin Islands. This chain of islands are located to the east of Puerto Rico and consists of 4 main islands: Tortola, Anegada, Virgin Gorda, and Joost van Dyke, and over 50 smaller islands and cays. Tortola is the largest island and is home to the majority of the country's population of approximately 31,000. Even though BVI, as it is commonly called, is an internally self-governing overseas territory of the United Kingdom, the main currency used on the island is the US dollar as opposed to the British pound. Due to its close economic ties with neighboring US Virgin Islands, the US dollar has been the island's official currency since 1959. Tourism and financial services are major sources of revenue for the country, which has contributed to BVI being one of the most prosperous countries in the Caribbean, with a GPD per capita of approximately 42,000 US dollars. BVI is one of the world's leading and oldest offshore financial centers, with approximately 40% of offshore companies worldwide formed there. BVI is also home to one of the Caribbean's most magnificent and most visited natural wonders called the Baths. If you have made it this far in the video, do us a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video so more people can learn about this incredible region. Next up is the United States Caribbean paradise, the US Virgin Islands. To the west of the BVI is one of its closest friends, the US Virgin Islands. The USVI consists of three main islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas, and like the BVI, has over 50 smaller islands and cays. At approximately 737 square miles, the US Virgin Islands are double the size of Washington, D.C. In the centuries following its discovery by Christopher Columbus, the US Virgin Islands were ruled by the English, Dutch, French, Spanish, Knights of Malta, and Danes. Formerly called the Danish West Indies, the United States bought the islands from Denmark in 1917 for $25 million in gold. As an organized, unincorporated territory of the United States, it is the only place in the U.S. where you drive on the left side of the road. This is because the island's driving laws date back to when they were under European rule. Boasting of breathtaking beaches and incredible national parks, tourism is one of the USVI's main revenue earners, with over 2 million tourists visiting the island in 2019. Alright, let's head back to the British Overseas Territories. Next, we have the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands is a self-governing British Overseas Territory comprising of three main islands: Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. With a small population of approximately 69,500, it is often credited as the second wealthiest island in the Caribbean in terms of GDP per capita. Of course, if we omit Bermuda from this list, Cayman Islands will occupy the number one spot. In 2021, the island's GDP per capita was approximately $86,568 US dollars, with financial services and tourism accounting for a significant percentage of the island's GDP. Given the imposition of no income tax, capital gains tax, or corporation tax, Cayman Islands is a popular destination for the incorporation of offshore financial companies. Get this, there are over 100,000 companies registered in the Cayman Islands, more than the island's actual population. As the islands are also quite popular with expats, there are claims of over 125 different nationalities living in these enchanting islands. Cayman Islands is also home to the world-famous 7 Mile Beach, which has been recognized by many travel magazines for its beauty. Last on our list is the Emerald Isle of the Caribbean, Montserrat. Montserrat, a small island in the Lesser Antilles chain, is a British Overseas Territory and a CARICOM member state with a small population of 5,000. Due to the catastrophic volcanic eruption in 1995, approximately two-thirds of the island's population fled, mainly to the United Kingdom. The eruption destroyed its capital of Plymouth, which today looks like a ghost town. To date, volcanic activity continues, leading to the establishment of an exclusion zone in the southern part of the island. Now you may be wondering why I initially referred to Montserrat as the Emerald Isle of the Caribbean. Here goes. Ireland is often nicknamed the Emerald Isle because of its vast greenery abundant across the island. Similarly, Montserrat is known for its lush, green landscapes, soaring peaks, and rainforest-covered hillsides. As such, some individuals state that the island is similar in physical appearance to the Irish countryside. More than this, the Irish were among the first settlers in Montserrat, and a strong Irish cultural heritage is still prevalent on the island. In fact, Montserrat is the only country outside of Ireland to celebrate St. Patrick's Day as a national holiday. St. Patrick's Day on the island is celebrated with outdoor soca and reggae concerts, street parades, pub crawls, and food fairs. There you have it, a quick look at some of the non-sovereign territories in the Caribbean. Have you visited any of these? Tell us in the comments. Stay tuned for the next part of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any important updates. See you later, Vagabonds!